My guys, I see you. I see you. Let me just give this sermon and I'll bring you guys in. Let me just give this sermon and I bring these guys in. Chelsea have suffered. Chelsea have suffered. The worst season ever. The worst season of all time. Chelsea have suffered. We have been through hell. We've been through hell. And one of those guys that has been responsible for that hell has been Havertz. Havertz, I thank you. Because you know how important the UCL is. The UCL is huge. Because the UCL is part of the Trinity. What's the Trinity? The World Cup, your Continental Trophy, and the UCL. That is the holy trinity of football. And we all know what my reaction was. But guys, everything has an expiration date. Everything has an expiration date, and that goal expired. Arsenal Football Club, you made me a happy man. Arsenal Football Club, you made me happy, man. To every Arsenal fan out there, I thank you. Because Kai Havertz being sold for 70 mil, that's a dub. That's a dub. There's no way to put it. Havertz, Kai Havertz, Shai Havertz being sold for 70 million is nothing short of a complete and utter dub. These are the facts. These are the cold hard facts. It's nothing short of a dub. And I have you guys to thank. I have you guys to thank, Arsenal. Because, and here's the thing, Arsenal, don't think that I'm treating you badly. He may do well for you guys. He may do well because he fails at Chelsea doesn't mean he's going to fail at Arsenal. Now, guys, this isn't going to be a KDB or Salah situation. It ain't going to happen. Because we've got Mike back in the studio, and I think Mike will agree to me that no, Havertz is not going to come anywhere near what Salah did. But he'll help you guys. But let's keep it a stack. Chelsea getting rid of Havertz for 70 mil is a huge dub. And when you look at the kind of business that Chelsea are doing, because one of the hardest things was how do you get rid of Kai Havertz? The fact that he is now out of here for 70 mil, Chelsea are cooking a meal. Chelsea are cooking a meal. Because we're not stopping there. There's a lot more to come. Guys, let me bring the guys in, man. Kenny, talk to me, bro. How happy are you on this day that Havertz is gone? 70 mil. 70 mil.
70 mil. That's what is 65.
70. No, but just round it up to 70. Round it up.
No, obviously, I always said that we would sell him. Like I said, I knew people would be interested in
Kenny,
him.
I wasn't sure. Because Kenny, let's keep it a stack. Look at how some Arsenal fans have been reacting. They're like, how the hell did we allow this guy to be sold for those amounts? So no, it's been crazy, bro.
Then obviously, I know some of these Arsenal fans, they lie to them. All of a sudden now, these guys, they say, oh, Havertz is this player. They've been watching him. After this fan that was saying he's a trash player, now that he's going to that club, they're looking for excuses. But anyways, like I said, I always knew there was going to be a market there because it's like a Felix. Like these guys, when they die young, because he's still quite young and he has quite potential. I always knew there were some clubs in Europe that would be like, who might take a chance on him. So obviously Arsenal at that club, they're going to pay the money for it. It's quite for what he has shown. Honestly, it's a very good fit to get back for the past 2 years. Honestly.
So,
I didn't.
but do you think this is a good fit for your boys Arsenal though? So for them,
I,
70 million for Havertz, good deal. Being honest here, is it a good deal for them? 70
I
mil.
think it depends what he's going to do there. I don't know how he's going to perform. He clearly has the talent, or is he going to perform? I don't know. When you say it couldn't be a Salah, I don't know. It could be. It could very well be. I don't know because there is talent there. The guy is very talented. So if Arteta finds a system that works for him, it could work well. But even if it works well for me, I'm not mad at it because
No.
at the point we are now, like he had to leave. Like, the thing, it
No,
didn't
no,
work.
no, but
Like
but see,
3 years was
but
enough.
the only caveat is if people say, "Oh, if he," because people say, "Oh my gosh, you guys will regret this because this is not going to be another Salah and KDB Kenny." I can assure this ain't a Salah and a KDB. I think he'll actually do well and he'll fit in well, but it won't be a case where, "Oh my gosh, damn, look at how good he was." But Kenny, here's the thing: let's even play that game. Let's say he is. How do we know that if he had stayed at Chelsea, he would be there? Because do you know how football works? A guy who is a brick in one team and system can be tier one in another team and a system. So all because he now does amazing things. How do we know that if he had stayed, he would have done those same things?
Yeah,
For
yeah, that's why I'm not gonna be mad at him if he performs well. Like because he's been there for 3 years, and for me, like we've seen, like it hasn't worked out.
it
So
hasn't, no.
maybe he needs a different environment, a different coach, and he can start anew. But yeah, for me, it was not gonna work out. So even if he does well, we got a decent fee for him. So even if he does, I'm not gonna be mad at it. So yeah, I wish him good luck, whatever he does over there. But yeah, that's it.
Mike, your thoughts on this, bro? 70 mil, man.
Big up HH. I think you scammed them.
Right.
I don't know what you guys are doing right now. You're selling a bunch of players to Saudi Arabia. I don't know what
Because they're our
connections going
friends.
on there. I don't know
It's
what
very
connections.
legal, very friendly.
We'll find out if that's legal in a couple of years' time, but it's looking good right now. You sold Kai Havertz for 70 million. Think about that. How much did you guys buy him from Bayer Leverkusen? 73, 75, something like that?
It was actually around that region, around 73 with I think add-ons. No?
And Arsenal are paying 70 million. Bro, I don't know what Arteta is thinking. Clearly, Arteta has a plan for him. Now, I've been seeing some...
So basically, so Chelsea signed Kai Havertz in 2020 for 80 million euros.
Jesus Christ. This guy's turning into another Lukaku where he gets all these big money signings, but then flops everywhere he goes, pretty much. He's just turning into a Lukaku.
Wait, hold on. So you're saying this is a bad deal for Arsenal?
Okay, I'll go into it. So, I don't know what Arteta's thinking, because I've seen some tactical gurus and all these Twitter merchants saying, "Oh my God, Kai Havertz can play in the Xhaka role." Are you dumb? Are you actually dumb, people? Kai Havertz has no defensive capabilities to his game. If he's going to play him in that, I don't think he's going to do it, because I think Arteta's smart enough than these idiots on Twitter who think they know what they're talking about, saying, yeah, he can play in the left center mid role. Absolutely not. Arsenal will get cooked in transition. Cooked. Him and Erdegaard plus maybe Rice in the midfield? No way. But I think he can play in the striker role and maybe in Erdegaard's role. I don't know if he even starts for Arsenal. That's the thing.
See, Mike, that's the thing. You actually raised a good point because I'm like, okay, where does he play? My thingy was, and I think we've all known in Chelsea, is that his best role is just in behind the striker. But
Same as
the
Bayer
role that he
Leverkusen.
plays is where Odegaard plays. You play him as striker, unless you're going to give him some secret potions and hocus pocus, you're going to run into the same issues. Because if you play Havertz as striker, is that much of an upgrade on Jesus?
No. And we've seen that him at striker doesn't work, and we've seen that at Chelsea. You have to play...
Okay, so what... Okay, put yourself in Arteta's shoes. What do you think is his logic of buying Havertz?
Squad depth. You have to remember, this is the first time Arsenal in 8 years or 7 years are playing Champions League football. They need a squad. They can't go into a Champions League with Nketiah and Reece Nelson. No, it's not going to work out. They need players. And hey, after the Denver Nuggets, shout out to my Denver Nuggets winning the NBA, I said once they won the NBA, he's going to spend all the money for Arsenal. This guy's a billionaire. His wife is, I think, Walmart owner. Do you know how much Walmart is worth? Like over $20 billion, $30 billion.
Yeah.
So they got money, and now I think Kroenke is looking at Arsenal and saying, we need to bring a championship here. We need to bring the Premier League or whatever trophy they want. Maybe it's the Carling Cup or whatever, League Cup or FA Cup, but they need to bring silverware. And Arsenal, they need players. Now, I don't think Kai Havertz is that guy. I think they should have went for a striker. somebody like Alois Openda from Lens would have been a good addition.
Vlahovic.
Somebody like that. Maybe Vlahovic, but the problem is, are you going to then say, hey, you're going to be on the bench because we have Jesus? Do players want to take that role? I don't think so. Some players want to be like, hey, I want to start immediately. And I think for Chelsea, you guys have fun because now you're getting Caicedo.
Well, do you think Havertz is going to be on the bench? When you put that type of money and the salary is on.
Kenny,
No. But see, Mike, see, this is where it now gets interesting. If, let's say, I'm an Arsenal fan and you're paying 70 million for a bench player,
expect him to start.
That's crazy. Because that's a premium. See, 40 mil, okay, cool. 70 mil, that's premium. And I think that's why, basically, before this was done, I was just trying to be the salesman. I was trying to be that great.
You're a very good salesman. You're getting there with Mount because they rejected 50 mil. Well,
no, we'll get there. But now that it's now done, being fully honest, if Arteta, it's like Modric. I really believe that Modric would have done well for Arsenal because they had been scouting him for such a long time. They knew his strengths, weaknesses, so they knew exactly what it was. Chelsea did not scout him. Chelsea just stooped in. So Arsenal, they knew everything about it. So I felt if Modric had gone to Arsenal, you'd have actually seen a guy who would look better because they understood him. So if I was to, let's say something to make ease the fears of Arsenal fans is maybe these guys are like, okay, we know how he'll best fit. But from me, because obviously we'll go to other guys, but from me, Kenny, Blue Studio, and Keyman, I'm like, we've seen all this guy can do, and I know his strengths and his weaknesses. And the best thing for Havertz is giving the role best for him is the role that Odegaard plays. Wing doesn't work.
Let me ask you a question.
Role doesn't work. Striker doesn't work. Yeah.
How many signings has Arteta gotten wrong?
Well, like big money or just in general?
Big money. Don't talk about Willie and David Luiz because that was the start of them getting back together.
Would you say Jesus overall was a W?
It's tough to say because he was injured for most of the season.
Yeah, that's it. He was injured, but I mean because again I've spoke to Arsenal fans who said that second half of the season when he came through, first half, he was great, but when it came into those crucial games, they said we're missing a clinical guy, and I think that they were like, when it really came down to those key games, he didn't fall through. So Jesus was, I'm like,
And then the problem is,
everything else was good. Saliba was good, Zinchenko was good, but Jesus is one of those ones, and Jesus had to say what's up because he was the guy to be like, this is what will actually help us win.
And the problem is Kai Havertz clinical?
Hell no.
So I don't.
Mike,
that's they like probably. They like.
Hold on.
The hell are Arsenal?
Wait, sorry. But see, the issue is this. I mean, if we know he isn't a striker, he's not clinical. So my thing is that what are you getting him for? So my thing is you have to be getting him for he plays a free role and he can score, create, and everything. But my thing though is you can't have two Odegaards. So I am actually going to be intrigued as to where are you going to play because. You know what I believe? Okay, I'm actually thinking to myself, okay, he has to start. So does he start ahead of Jesus? He ain't starting ahead of Odegaard. And I'm sorry, he can't play midfield.
I think Arteta is thinking like maybe he can be the Firmino where he assists to Martinelli and Saka and they get the goals. They get 20 plus goals this season in the Premier League. Maybe that's what Arteta's thinking with Kai Havertz. But Kai Havertz doesn't like... He doesn't really play.
Bro.
He's not really a creator like that. He works in transition. I don't think he's a guy where you play him into feet and he can link a play like that, like Firmino. Like Firmino was unbelievable at that. But
he ain't no Firmino. Hell no.
He ain't no Firmino. So I'm really struggling to see how this works. But I think Arsenal fans just have to be patient. But also, you're spending big money. Arsenal are spending big money this summer. They're spending probably over 200 million. So expectations, they kind of went from here, like, okay, yeah, you can maybe challenge to the title, to you gotta challenge. And if you don't win a trophy, then this is going to be a failure. And everybody's going to look at Arteta and saying, you spend 70 million on Havertz when there's other guys who could fit Arsenal better. I really don't understand it, but hey, you gotta just be patient and see how it goes.
Thank you.
You can pop the bottles for now at least, but hey, remember, always I see this with Chelsea. They let go of some forwards. They don't work out at Chelsea. They might do better somewhere else. It always happens.
God forbid. What's it called? Abdullah, talk to me, bro. What are your thoughts on this, man?
Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you guys are there.
Well, no one knows where I am, so shout out
Good
to you,
morning,
bro.
brother.
Good evening, good,
night.
whatever afternoon,
All
morning,
right,
whatever.
I'm good, whatever, because no one knows where I am.
You're good evening, HH.
I don't know what to say. No one knows where I am. I'm
Hey,
on the
HH, man. Hey, man. That twister I saw the other day because I wasn't here to react to it. I know where you're at.
Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
It's a complicated situation with Kai Havertz because everybody in the world knows how much I adore Kai. But my problem with Kai has been, I call him like a Nigerian.
Call him by his proper name, the German
See,
Zidane.
hold on. Kai Havertz is like Nigerian NEPA, on, off. Kai Havertz start playing from August to September. Havertz is the best player in world football. Then he goes and he come back in March. Then he became a best player in world
Well,
football.
Ablahi, you need to use a different analogy because NEPA isn't on from August till September, man. Okay, so there is no time where there's 1 month when NEPA
it can happen in some street. It does happen in some street.
Ablahi, no, it doesn't. Okay, but continue though. Keep cooking.
When you don't have good meters, it happens. When you have to use generator, so it happens. Relax. So relax. So my question right now is, Arsenal getting Kai Havertz, where does he play? Because Mikel Arteta played this 4-3-3, playing, copying Pep Guardiola's style of play, 3-boxing and everything. And I said it might be a success for Arsenal because of the way Mikel Arteta play. But this is my question to Arsenal fans and Mikel. You letting go of Granit Xhaka, you're bringing Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz, for me, I've said it for a very long time, is a number 10. Odegaard is playing as a number 10. Do you bench Odegaard or do you play 2 10s together behind Gabriel Jesus? For me, Jesus for me is a winger. It's not even a prolific number 9. I cannot put my money, I cannot bet on Gabriel Jesus to give me 25 goals in a season. It's not possible. It's not working. So Arsenal need a prolific number 9 where it can guarantee you 20-25 goals in a season. Gabriel Jesus is not the guy. Can Kai Havertz be a guy? No. That's why I'm asking myself, Arsenal paying 70 million for Kai Havertz, it might be a pros, it might be a cons. It depends on how Arteta wants to play him. It depends. As a Chelsea fan, I'm happy because we have to let him go. He has to go. And also that bombers idiot Mason Mount to bounce out too.
He's on his way. Abdullah, that man is on his way. So okay, so do you think Arsenal have made a mistake? Or do you think that it works at 70 mil, knowing Havertz?
In as much as I hate Arsenal, I think Arsenal make the best deal in terms of getting Kai Havertz because he is a talented player. We might hate him, we might like him. Kai Havertz is a talented player. But the problem with Kai Havertz is you are coming to Chelsea, you have a bigger expectation to win. In Arsenal, I don't know the expectation of Arsenal. Do they want to win now or are they building a project?
No, they're definitely in a win now scenario, spending this money.
So if it's okay now, if you're gonna win now with Kai Havertz, that's a failure because he's not the guy. He's not the guy to win now. Kai Havertz is the guy where you have to nurture him, build around him, build a project around him, and he will flourish. In as much as I hate Arsenal, Kai Havertz is the perfect player for Mikel Arteta's system. He's the guy that can elevate them. But is he a big game player? I don't know. No, that's
definitely.
You might hate Ronaldo this. Ronaldo is a big game player. He turned up in the UCL.
Yeah.
Turned up in UCL. He scored key goals. Kai Havertz is not a big game player. He does not turn up.
That's a lie.
No. Well, but here's the thing, though.
There's two sides.
Havertz in the UCL does show up.
Yeah, he does.
Havertz in the UCL.
He was your best player against Dortmund.
Yeah, and also I think Arsenal fans have even said, someone Arsenal fans said to me that we're getting him for the UCL. Back in the UCL, we think.
Is he getting out of the group, man?
Come on,
get out of the group, dude.
Guys, the problem is he consistent enough to give you a consistent game when it comes to UCL? No, I'm not trusting Kai Havertz. Yes, he's one of the UCL, but is he a consistent player? No,
No. But the argument is okay. This is a guy who has won the UCL, was very important and pivotal for Chelsea within the UCL. So bringing in that experience amongst guys who have zero UCL experience and zero experience of actually winning the UCL, I think maybe help them. So, I mean, look, 70 million is crazy.
Let me play, guys. Let me play. David. You said that now. I'm gonna say the same thing to you now.
It ain't not
Gabriel Jesus and Zinchenko has won the Premier League title. They have an experience. Do they elevate Arsenal team? No. because they have the experience to win it. So same thing goes to Kai Havertz. This one
Wait, no, but don't do that. Where Jesus
I
and
would do that.
Zinchenko
But that's
as
the same
pivotal
scenario
to
that
winning
we
the
see Kai
EPL as
Havertz.
Havertz was for us winning the UCL. No.
Kai Havertz scored 19 goals in 91 appearances for Chelsea. Now, how do I make up that stat? 19 goals in 91 appearances for Chelsea Football Club. How do I explain that? How?
That's actually
But the thing is, he's not a striker.
Yeah, it's not really a striker. That's not his like.
No, but
Let's speak on this now.
How do I explain
wait, hold on. But I
How?
saw that. Okay, let's just come to this whole thing because we are here to help Arsenal here. We're here to help Lil Bro. What is Havertz's strength?
HH.
No, obviously the guy is quite.
I will not do this to Lil Bro. We have to give Lil Bro something to show. It's Havertz's strength.
To be
Okay, everybody, let's all go around the table like we're Alcoholics Anonymous. Mike, what is Havertz's strength?
What's his strength?
He's tall.
Okay, well, no, come on, guys.
No, like because
come on.
he's a very talented footballer, but I don't know what his like best strength is. I think it's just playing in
talent is not his
transition.
strength.
No, I understand that, but I think it's playing in transition. To be honest,
Kenny, what's his strength, man?
I think technically all around he's quite decent, and I think that he can. No, but it's true. On the ball, the guy is quite good on the ball. Now let's not on the good. But the thing is that like Chelsea lately has been a mess. So some of these players, I'm not gonna. He's been bad here, but like I said, nowadays
he was managed by Lampard twice.
True.
Yeah,
true.
You know what I'm saying. And a lot of nowadays football is about systems. And like I said, Arteta right now, his system is working well. So I do think that he's probably gonna play like that. What Man City do, like 4-3-3. He's probably gonna play like with one DM and like two advanced.
Okay. Where does Havertz play in this Arsenal team?
He's gonna play next to Odegaard. No.
Kenny, hold on. How does that work? Because striker, two flank players, Odegaard in the middle. So it's basically 4-2-3-1. So
no, 4-3-3. They're gonna play with one DM and two advanced eights basically, and he's gonna be advanced eight with Odegaard.
And then Zinchenko moves into the midfield as well when they're in possession.
Yeah, that kind
I think that's what they're gonna play. At least
so Havertz is gonna be the advanced eight from the midfield.
Yeah,
yes.
that's
him and Odegaard.
Yeah.
Him and Odegaard. But the thing is, I think against most teams in the Premier League that can work. Against bigger teams, maybe they might tweak it. Yeah, but against the smaller teams, they can therefore cook with that. Against big team, maybe one of them might be subbed off. Maybe one of them might be.
Wait, hold on. Let me say some dub, and I want to come around to everyone else. So, Zoltan TV, thank you for the dub. Jokes aside, Havertz is a good player, not 70 million. No, basically, I think that's the whole joke. There is talent there. Basically, we're not dealing with Timo Werner here. We're not dealing with Lukaku here. There is talent here. But the issue
you finally admitted about Lukaku. Damn, finally.
Mike, after that trash I saw, it's just that I've been finding it hard to enunciate, but after that trash, I'm done without dude, bro. So, like, probably
no more Luke Skywalker. I will never hear that again. Luke Skywalker is done.
Oh, no, never. Basically, the only time I'll say Luke Skywalker is in reference to Mark Hamill and Star Wars.
No, Half, you're a shameless guy. I've known you for too long. You will bring it back.
He will bring it back up. Don't worry, people.
After what that guy did, giving Pep heck no.
If he knocks out Pep of the UCL,
unforgivable. No. It's done. Ram, it's already done. It's unforgivable. You messed up. It's unforgivable. So hold on. Jokes aside, Havertz. No, you see, if they got Havertz for 40 mil, I'd be like, I'm happy it's gone, but damn, we took a loss. Why this is such a W for Chelsea and such an L is that my thing was that who the hell is going to buy this guy for like 60 or 70 mil? That was the issue. So my thing was, this guy's going to go for 40 mil and you're not going to take a big loss. What is crazy is he's been overall a flop for Chelsea and you're pretty much selling him for near the price of what we bought him for.
5 mil plus.
So the question is that Arsenal, why would you pay close to 70 mil for a guy who has... Basically, you pay 70 mil for a quality player. You don't pay 70 mil for a player who has been maligned and insulted by a fan base. That's just what is so crazy. And that's for Arsenal to win me. How are you paying 70 mil for a guy that fans are happy to see go? 70 million is like, man, this is like a top player. Like, this is like a Vlahovic, like a top player for a club. So that's why this is so crazy. Shout out to boy Wing. That into me, bro, in the picture. Love you, Jesus. I spent mad money on Kai Super Chat. Hates. No. Wing is happy. Was one of the main haters, bro. He must be happy. Angel CFC, thank you for the win. Thank you for the dub, Angel CFC. His strength is transitioning. Hashtag James. Okay. Like, okay.
Wow.
Tyrone, talk to me, bro. Tyrone.
Today is a beautiful day, bro. It's go skateboarding day, and I woke up. First thing I did is I went on you.
Wait. Okay. I saw this in the Discord. What the hell is this skateboarding thing, bro? Like last time I skateboarded was in the year 2000, a long time ago. Shout out to Tony Hawk.
A big up, but every June 21st, all around the world, it's Go Skateboarding Day. So like, it depends if you're in like a capital city. I live in Vancouver, Canada, so we grab all the homies, like the whole squad, like everybody shows up at Plaza downtown, and then we barge the city, like it's ours. Police escort and everything. We go to spots that we can't skate, and like we shut it down. Money's being thrown out. There's beers. There's other things. You know what I mean? But
okay. Let's just get back to Chelsea.
But today's a great day. I mean, I've always been. I like Havertz as a player, but like 70 mil, little bro, take him. He's yours. Take him. And then we get 50 mil for Mount as well. Manchester United, take him. Like, I'm cool with that. Let's get us back into like a proper rhythm. But I mean, I'm happy. I'm just happy, bro. I'm happy. Like, this is what we needed as Chelsea fans. I know a lot of people kind of like Havertz. I don't know why, but
wait. Chelsea fans?
Some Chelsea fans. I mean,
Johnny Minion was having a breakdown.
Some people
They're sexually attracted to him.
Oh, look. I mean, after what
far.
that guy does, anybody that's still keeping for him, good luck to you, bro.
Yeah,
that's what
I
say.
I checked out
there are
after that
people there.
UCL final. You know what I mean? Like, nah.
They're living off UCL and potential tax.
Wait. Okay, hold on. Let me come to Kim, then I'll come to you, Ram. So, Kim and then Ram. Kim, talk to me, bro. Havertz.
Keyman, send it.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, bro. Can hear you.
What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing? Firstly,
Good.
Listen, HH, I told everyone I didn't believe he was leaving. I really did not believe this guy was leaving. I thought that we were stuck with him. 2 years of more Havertz, of more one-on-ones, one nonsense Twitter comps. But listen, Arsenal, thank you, Arteta, thank you. 70 mil straight into the Caicedo fund. Thank you so much. Second, listen, after like if we stop considering this nonsense of okay, what does Havertz do? What does he do for Arsenal? I personally don't care. I don't care if he does well. If he's not doing it for me, why do I need him? Let him go do it somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
But 3 years and 19 goals, how do you excuse that? In a front three, playing a wing back system, cross the ball through the net, in the tap in. Come on now, really, 19 goals.
And also,
but it is what it is.
Here's the thing: the people say, okay, he's not a striker, so you can't judge him by the goals and why do you play him as a striker. But my issue is that we played him everywhere. So it's like, I'm sorry, what are you good at?
I've been on Twitter, and I think Mike touched on this, right? I'm seeing Arsenal fans. I know that they don't like it, but they're talking about him replacing Xhaka as an 8. What? Havertz as an 8? This man can't dribble. He can't.
I saw something on Twitter saying that Chelsea are selling their best player, so it's a win for Arsenal.
Wait, what?
There's no way.
I've heard he's Beckham region. I heard he's a Beckham. I don't know not Beckham, but Bergkamp region. Apparently, that's what people are saying.
You have to understand that you have to put yourself in Arsenal fans' shoes. You have to try and find a way to make this a dub. Because this is such a bad deal. You have to find a way to make it a dub.
No, HH, you have to think about this literally. Think about this, right? You don't spend, because does he start for Arsenal? I highly doubt it. Is he going to replace Jesus, who gives you 12 to 15 goals?
No, Kikema, sorry. You don't spend 70 mil for a bench player.
Yeah, he has.
No, because
if I'm an Arsenal fan,
no, Kikema. No, but that is why I'm interested in what happened. If I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm like, how are you spending 70 mil for a bench player? That's a premium price. 70 mil is a premium price. So my the interesting thing is that where does he play? Because I'll be shocked if you're spending 70 mil for a bench player. That's crazy. And also,
No.
Havertz would have been told. No, let's be real. Havertz is Germany's future player. Why would he move to a team that's going to make him a bench player? So obviously he was pushing for the move because he must have been told that, oh, we want to make you a starter. This is where we want you to play. So how do you pay a marquee price for a bench player? He's starting, and the question is, where does he start?
HH. There's only two ways of explaining this, right? There's only two ways. The first way you can say is, oh wait, he's going to be a bench player, but that doesn't make sense because why would you pay this much and give him that much salary to be a bench player? The second way, and I believe the more reasonable one, is it is Arteta's own push that he actually wants this guy. That's the only way you can explain such a fee and such a transfer. Because think about it, right? Where does he play? The two positions that we Chelsea fans know that he plays is a leading the line as a 9 or a false 9, whatever you want to call it, or playing as a 10. He's not. He cannot lace Odegaard's boots. So from what we've seen, and does he really contribute more than Jesus? Because if you're complaining that Jesus cannot finish his chances, Havertz is not the answer.
Havertz ain't much better.
He's another question.
Much better.
Who's Arsenal's highest?
He's another question.
Player?
That's what he is.
Come and see. Let me just rack my brains now. Remember, we don't get paid to be coaches and so forth. These guys, like I said, they get paid thousands to begin. So these guys have the best researchers, best scouts, best analysts, and so forth. Maybe they are seeing something that we just don't see. Because you can't pay 70 mil without doing your due diligence and research. So obviously they have fully researched and be like, no, these guys are using this guy completely wrong. Chelsea using this guy completely wrong. They say, no, we know. Mudryk is an example. I believe Mudryk goes to Arsenal. He isn't memed and insulted the way he is because Arsenal was scouting him for months. Chelsea just came out of nowhere and bought him due to Ukraine tax. Mudryk goes to Arsenal, who they've been scouting for months because they fully analyzed him. He does well because he fits into what they're about. So my thing though is we're like, hey, 70 mil, but because you can't pay that price if you're not fully sure that we know how to use him and how to utilize him.
No, HH, and let me just end off with saying this, right?
I just don't know. Yes,
no, HH, let me end off with saying this, right? Okay, Arsenal, you just came off a title challenging season. You ended up second. So this is the optimum time to try and build something and actually push, because the next step is to win it, right? You don't go lower from this. You're losing your two midfielders that helped you get there, Xhaka and Partey, respectively. Your answer to that is getting Kai Havertz. And listen, only time can tell what actually happens. Only time can tell. But this is one statement I have for the Kai Havertz fans and whatnot in our fan base. If he can do well at Arsenal, I don't have any problem with it. That's none of my business. If he doesn't do it for me, why the hell should I keep him in my club? I don't understand.
So looking on that, see, because it just came into my mind. Chelsea better not mess with this whole Mount thing. Because 70 plus 50, I think that's enough for Caicedo. Because don't put into a situation where United now run away.
I think the ownership is looking at it.
Nobody else wants Mount, bro. No one else.
Manchester United does.
Okay, let me say something.
No. Wait. Just one second, guys. 1 second. Hey, I just want to say one thing quickly, right? If we're able to sell Havertz for 60 plus or whatever, 70 mil, I think the ownership value mount more. And they just might decide to stick and be ignorant on that price, be arrogant and say, we're not moving from this. And that's what I feel, because it's going to be very awkward next season to have Mount.
Okay, if United are like 55, take it or leave it, and you stick at 60, what do you now do? No club in their right mind is paying 60 mil for thinking.
United are
This is what the Chelsea guys have to realize here. 55 is right there on the table. No club on this planet Earth is paying 60 million for Mason Mount.
No, you're underestimating the incompetence of Manchester United.
I think
you're vastly underestimating the incompetence of United.
AK, if United are dumb enough to pay 60 for months. We are back here for another emergency, bro.
It's gonna
Okay,
happen.
okay.
It's gonna
Because my thing is
happen.
that I believe that we're going to agree on 55.
No. I think the
55
problem,
minutes.
the problem is,
Okay, apply.
I think this is what I'm saying based on what I'm hearing from Austin, Fabrizio, most of the tier reporter. I think Chelsea will come to a compromise to United because Mason has come out and said it since February last year. I am not renewing my contract. He's made it official. It's not, see, regardless of what Pochettino wants, it does not renew his contract. This is where Chelsea officially wanted to sell Havertz 80 million, but they come to a compromise of 70, where Arsenal agreed to. I think United will pay max is 50 plus 5 million add-ons, maybe in the UCL, going far or winning it. They will come to a compromise where they're gonna agree 50 million plus add-ons to 55. Chelsea is not getting 60 for Mason. And worst comes to worst, Chelsea will agree to 50. Austin said it. Mason Mount, which Chelsea wants to respect his wage and give him his wage, which is to leave Chelsea Football Club before June the 30th. If we get his wage and it's gonna be United, worst comes to worst, it's gonna be 50.
Bro, guys, I tell you, man, I can't wait.
It's gonna be.
I'm just going to my fingers.
100%.
If we could have a day where no more of this man's sexuals are here, I'll be so happy. Actually, no, let me come to Ram
What
and
about
then to AK.
Gallagher? Is Gallagher getting sold anywhere? Please.
Hopefully, because that guy Impact is called. Ram, talk to me, bro. Ram.
I don't get it, man. I honestly don't get it. I get it if you say that he's gonna be competition for Odegaard, because I can see that kind of situation. But like some of the guys said, I've been hearing so many Arsenal fans telling me that he's gonna be playing the Xhaka role, and I'm like, has this guy ever played as a centre mid, like a box to box centre mid, in his career?
I think one time.
And this is. No, go ahead.
No. Sorry. Ram, continue. Ram.
And I think they came up with the times where he did play as a centre mid, and people forget who his partner was and what type of system they played. They played a 5-back, and his partner was Lars Bender, who would do the sitting role, which would allow him to go forward and do whatever the hell he wants to do. So I don't get it. Arsenal fans must be injecting themselves with a lot of copium right now, because it doesn't make any sense. I get it. You wanna back Arteta with what you want to do because of what he's done last season, but you can have the right to say, "Yo, Mikel, what you doing? I don't know. I don't see what you're gonna do with this." You know, you could have a couple of reservations, not blindly coming out with stupidity like, "Oh, he could play the box-to-box role. He's gonna cover what Xhaka did." Because Xhaka and Havertz are two completely different players. So, and
there is no chance of this working.
The only thing I would say though, about Havertz is no. The way I see this is working is if they do that inverted thing. They basically copy what Pep does and play and keep Thomas Partey and have Declan Rice as the two DMs and play as two attacking wingers and midfielders and play the 3-back. That's the only way I can see it working. But there's reports that Thomas Partey is going to Saudi, so that is kind of thrown out the window. So have hope. You need to help me out here. I don't know how it's going to work, man.
Look, man. It's one of those things of where it seems so like have no idea that. Again, it's what I said to Kiki, man. Maybe these guys are seeing something that we're just not seeing. Remember, guys, we're just football fans, bro. We're just football fans. Yeah, we have some knowledge, but we're not football fans. These guys pay thousands upon thousands for analysts, scouts, and so forth. You can't pay 70 mil and not have an idea of like, Chelsea are using him wrong. This is how to use him. So my thing is that because that is such a premium price, that is such a marquee price, it must be a thing of like, because he is talented. We're not dealing with Conor Gallagher here. We're not dealing with Timo Werner here. There is talent here. But the issue is we just haven't seen that for Germany. We just haven't seen that for...
That's not true. He's kind of good for Germany.
So, no. Based on how people have talked about him, he's not living up to expectation. We all saw that World Cup.
Yeah.
So my thing though is, you see, and see, this is the weird thing. Arteta is a bit arrogant. He's a bit arrogant. And that arrogance can help, though. So maybe Arteta's like, no, I'm going to be the guy that will show you people what Kai Havertz truly is. But is it worth the risk?
No.
Is it worth the risk to...
Not a 70 million risk.
Because that's it. 70 mil is, okay, Vlahovic. This is fully catered for. This is a guy who is quality. Basically, put it this way. I can't... Maybe because remember, I can't remember the last time a club paid that amount of money for a player that fans hated and wanted to see leave. I can't remember the last time.
Honestly, as long as the guy is good for the manager, honestly, I couldn't. As long as the manager won him, I couldn't care less about, because people were willing to buy this Felix guy for 80 mil, and a lot of people don't like him at the end of the day. No, but it's true. No, but I didn't. If the guy is good, if the manager feels like can use him, and Havertz was really pushing to go there, so I don't know wherever Arteta told him, man, he only wanted Arsenal. No. They must have had some conversation.
But look at it from the Arsenal's point of view. They're like, we're buying a player that fans are happy to see leave. Guys are hosting Havertz leaving parties. They're rejoicing for him to leave. That's weird. You see, 70 mil is for a team's best player. And also, put it this way. This team just finished 12th. Let's keep it a stack.
Oh, you had to bring
You
it
shouldn't
up.
be buying anybody from a team who just finished 12th.
No, come on,
everybody.
No. Just because you finished 12 doesn't mean that the quality of the team, like, there's still talent there.
Kenny. True. 70 mil is different.
Yeah,
it's like,
so
what did you see from Havertz? What did he see from Havertz in the past few seasons that says 70 mil?
Like I said, the thing
70 mil is marquee. No, but Kenny, I get what you're saying though.
Yes.
Maybe Arteta. I mean, what I will say, Tia. Trust in Arteta. So maybe Arteta sees something that we all do not see, and maybe once he now goes to Arsenal, we're like, oh snap. Okay,
and I think that quickly on that. Wait.
No, quick. Okay, Kenny and then AK Kenny.
Yeah, because when he, like, what he showed us when he first commented, like, he had like at least two seasons where the guy was great. So he may have chosen the wrong path in his career. It happens sometimes in football. Like, you chose the wrong club, you go to another club and you perform better under a better system.
Perfect example is Riquelme. Barca didn't happen. Goes to Villarreal. Pops off. AK, talk to me, bro.
Firstly, I have two things to get off my chest before this. Firstly, Rory Jennings has just released a video where he slates the fact that Chelsea have sold players. After 6 months of saying Chelsea
dude's an idiot, bro.
Don't talk about Rory Jennings, man. Please.
Why do people, I keep on seeing this guy's face among TV. Say, who told you that this is the face of Chelsea's fans?
I'm Canadian and this guy's a fucking
idiot. No.
That bomb doesn't represent me, bro. That bomb doesn't represent. But sorry, AK, continue.
Secondly, if Kai Havertz, as you said, is the future of German football, ahead of Wirtz and Musiala, you very well might just throw the DFB and Hansi Flick into the Brick Academy at this point. That's disgraceful from you, HH. I can't lie.
This is what they told me. I'm not saying this because Musiala and Wirtz are the best talents, but I was told that this is the German Zidane. This is a super talented guy, and this guy is now going to be the big next thing there. That's what they told me when Havertz first came through back in the Leverkusen days. So,
well, if anybody who told you that is on this panel, they should probably be awarded the book deal with immediate effect.
Yeah, that's not true, Havo.
No. Let's be real. When the guy was at Liverpool, let's not act. This guy was like a top five talent
Wait,
in Europe.
What?
Yes.
He
was. Let's not do no revision. No.
Back when he was at Leverkusen, he was the guy that everybody was hyping about. Now,
I'll ask you this. This was before Musiala and Wirtz came along.
Yeah,
Musiala
He
was
was
still around. He was younger.
he was
Musiala
he
was
was
still
he
around.
he was
wasn't around.
he was
Buzz.
Verts
Musiala was
before
16
Verts.
at
No,
that
no, no,
time.
no, no, no,
He was Verts before Verts.
Nah, Buzz.
It still
It
doesn't
was so much.
it still doesn't
10
negate the
times the
point that me
player he
and
was
Kenny
now.
are making, which is that when he was at Leverkusen, he was hyped up to be this is the next big German talent. Now Musiala and Verts came through, but the point I made to AK was when he was at Leverkusen, he was seen as this is the future of German football. He came to Chelsea, and obviously that's a deep down because he didn't really fulfill. But when he was at
Yeah.
Leverkusen, he was hyped to be the future of the game. AK.
Yeah. I think on the Havertz to Arsenal thing, I believe Arteta knows what he's doing. That's why I mean, you don't spend 70 million on a player if you don't have an idea of what they're doing. And if you look at Arteta's big signings, like the signings like 30 million, 40 million, 50 million signings, he's done well with them. He's not they have had like turbulent times previously at other clubs, but they've come into Arteta's system and he's actually found out a defined role for them. The problem with me for Havertz is I've seen 3 seasons of this guy in the Prem, and people say he's a 9. He can't finish as a 9. He can't link play as a 9. Other people say he's a 10. His creativity and retention in tight space isn't good enough for a 10. Some other people now say he's an 8. He can't dribble. He can't, dribble past opposing midfielders. He doesn't, the one thing I'll give him that he has is
Tall.
he has runs to create space. That's one thing that he has. He's good at creating space.
So he's a tall Timo Werner.
Exactly.
Bro, I'm not lying. I do everything that they've said about this guy, that he's technically decent, he has some creativity, he can link play to a certain level. Like, I don't understand it because I've never seen it in the Prem. I've never seen it for Chelsea. At Leverkusen, I saw it because people forget in Leverkusen that team was so much of that team was tailored towards him. He was one of the main guys on that team. If you're the main guy on a team, like they're relying on you for creation. They're relying on you to progress the ball. Now in Chelsea, there's many tons of main guys. I think that's one of the reasons why like that window for Chelsea didn't go well. If you look at Havertz, if you look at Werner, if you look at Ziyech, like these 3 attackers, for example, all these 3 attackers would do well in a team where they were the best player. Ziyech at Ajax, Havertz at Leverkusen, Werner at Leipzig. When they move to an environment where they have to be a cog in the system, none of them performed. So, but in Arsenal, they're not going to be the best player at Arsenal. Let's be honest. Havertz is not going to be the best player at Arsenal. Havertz is not the main guy at Arsenal. So how is Arteta gonna, fine tune him to play in that box midfield? Because also, you look at the other teams which use box midfields and look at their left-sided 8s. Gundogan for Man City. It's either Pedri or Gavi for Barcelona. And these 2 guys are examples. When you have your most advanced left-sided midfielder, that midfielder needs to be good in tight spaces. He needs to be creative, and he needs to have the ability to run into the box undetected. Havertz doesn't have 2 of those 3 attributes. And will he realistically improve in 2 of those 3 attributes? It's very hard to improve in your creativity and your tight space and your ability in tight space when you're 24. That's the issue here. I mean, Arteta definitely has a plan.
So are you saying Arsenal have made a mistake with this deal?
Like, I don't know, because I know Arteta doesn't spend 70 million without having a plan. But I can't see it. I can't see it. What people are explaining to me, I don't see it because it just doesn't fit.
Let me quickly tell you, I'm not coming to you, everyone else, man. So, shout out to Arsenal seal winners 23-24. Well, okay, I'll justify it by saying Havertz, Odegaard, Saka, and Martinelli cost us 104 million. Arteta likes failed wonder kids who need to ignite their potential. Okay, I'm sorry.
Wait.
This is coping mechanism.
Yeah, I was gonna say this still only Unai Emery's had Martinelli and then he brought Saka from the youth, so Arteta's only brought Odegaard and Havertz, so this doesn't make any sense.
No, but yeah, because
There's a doctor that wants to speak on something.
The Martinelli one and the Saka one makes no sense. Odegaard, did he fail at Real Madrid?
Yes.
And also,
Yes.
He did.
No.
Okay, put it.
Yes.
Okay,
No, he didn't
Yes.
get a
Okay,
chance.
cool. No, okay,
He
cool.
didn't get a
No, he
chance.
did not.
Wait. Okay, cool. Hold up. The way Odegaard failed, is it the same way that Havertz failed for Chelsea?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
probably.
Yeah,
Oh,
that.
no,
Similar.
Yeah.
when they
Yes.
bought him, he
Yes.
was
That's fair.
talented.
Similar.
Yes.
Even if
He
you
was
remember
talented.
if you remember his first season at Arsenal, the guy was terrible. A lot of people were
that
mad
loan
that they
spell.
actually bought him
First
back.
half season, he wasn't that good.
Yeah,
to be
from
honest.
January to May in that
Bro.
first season, he was
Wait.
No. See. Hopefully, we have maybe. Please, Patrick. I know Patrick is in the streets. Patrick, you're a Madrid fan in the streets. Madrid fan in the streets. Are you telling me that the way that you viewed Odegaard is the way that guys like me and so forth have talked about and abused and insulted Havertz? Because yes, I agree. He failed at Real Madrid and so forth.
But he never
But-
played at Real Madrid. That's why he went on loan. And
The
stuff
problem,
like that.
the problem. This is the
That's
question I'm
true.
asking myself as a Chelsea fan and to Arsenal fans who are in the podcast here and in the chat here. How can I justify as a Chelsea fans 19 goals in 91 appearances? I need an answer to
With
that.
7 assists.
I
You
need
can't, bro.
I need an
That's
answer
been poor.
for that.
You literally can't.
No, but Abdullah has been poor. But let's be
Yes.
real. The whole
Wait,
the whole Chelsea attack has been poor.
Hold on.
Abdullah, the whole Chelsea attack
Miguel
has been poor.
Rabines. We've needed a squad overhaul for a long time. Very optimistic about the future with youngsters like Colwill, Madueke, Modric. I believe he'll come good. Okay. Caicedo, Jackson, and Paez. It will take time. No, look, as I said again, this is what Chelsea are doing. This is much needed. Again, I feel Saudi. I don't know about you guys, but I think I feel Saudi. So shout out to the Saudi government because Saudi have come up like
Until Kepler's gone,
champions
I'm
to
not
help us.
happy.
And it is fully legal. Okay, when it says it is fully legal and it is fully okay. So I think that because come the end of this window, Ziyech gone, Koulibaly gone, hopefully Mount's gone,
Cocaine.
Havertz gone, Kante, Kovacic, and so basically, this is, as I said, this is the complete rebrand that Chelsea did. So Chelsea's going to look like a brand new team. And my thing is that once
HH.
Caicedo and potentially Neymar walk through, woo-wee.
HH, that's easy to say, but how are you going to replace the fact that Kovacic, Mount, and Havertz are gone? Because those are three so-called midfielders. Maybe they're not the
Kovacic should not leave.
Where does Mount fit in this? No. Kovacic. Like, I've not yet emotionally dealt with that whole Kovacic
Yeah,
thing.
that's
I mean,
a big blow.
I will only accept that once he holds up a City jersey next to that bald bomb. But
honestly, I'm not that mad at Kovacic. No.
I mean,
my problem is selling players to Arsenal to help them improve. I hope he doesn't do well because this Chelsea could have been
11.
This Chelsea could have been 11 is getting silly. No. Again, let me, I promise you, take this word from me. I promise you, this ain't going to be a De Bruyne or Salah situation. No,
it might. It could turn into it.
You could be, but it doesn't. Even if it is, it shouldn't matter. I don't know why people get Salah. If Salah would have stayed at Chelsea, Salah would have never become the player he is now. So I don't know. I don't know why people get mad at it.
This is what people don't understand. Guys, this is how football works.
You never know, man. You never know.
No. But I don't think you understand. A player could be trash for 10 years. However long he stays in one club, he moves to another club, he could be better. How do we know that if Salah and De Bruyne stayed at Chelsea, they would have been the players that they are right now? Sometimes you need to be in the right environment, under the right coach, in the right system to flourish. It is what it is.
You're saying it's Uncle Moo's fault?
Look at Nathan Ake.
I'm not saying it's Uncle Moose. I'm saying that it's just didn't work out because they were just in the wrong environment. So, because at the end of the day, Uncle Moose still won trophies and still was successful with the players and in the squad he had.
No, but
so what I'm saying is that So basically,
of
having a regret of like, oh my gosh, if what is Salah, no, it's trash because we don't know if Salah and the United at Chelsea that I've said what's up. Wait, hold on. Let me come to Tyre. Talk to me, Tyre. Tyre. Hey, there you go. Tyre, talk to me.
What about the doctor?
Tyre. Okay, let me come to your boy J2S and then us. J2S, talk to me. J2S, you are gonna accept 55 mil.
I don't think the manager's gonna.
J2S, you are accepting. No. This is how it works. J2S, you are come at the end of today. J2S, I want to see Mount holding up United jersey. J2S, you accept 55. And J2S, that's 55 plus add-ons. J2S,
I need to be the
Mason
banner.
Mount
Just a
is
little bit.
leaving my club by the end of business today.
Yeah.
When
Okay.
I'm saying this to be serious, I don't think Mount signs for Man United because
No,
the
he
money.
does.
The money aspect's not making sense anymore now because all the transfers have been linked to now serious transfer links. We don't have the money for it. Apparently, Kane's putting transfer requests because he wants to join United. The whole Declan Rice, Harry Maguire, Scott McTominay thing's kicking off now because Arsenal wasting their time.
So you're going to
It
buy
doesn't
Mount?
make any sense.
Wait, hold on. It doesn't make any sense because
Because
Declan Rice.
you keep asking for more money and we're like, no, we don't want to keep going that high.
Okay. J2S, will you take 55?
I don't want this terrorist of a club anyway.
You're going to get him, bro.
No. J2S, this doesn't involve you. Will your club accept 55 mil? J2S, you're not involved here. All I want is this man to leave my club. That's all I want. J2S.
I like Mason Mount joining T9 like 9/11 or the Hindenburg disaster.
Whoa,
or Titanic.
bro.
Crazy.
God damn.
Okay, that's crazy. Okay, that's what the YouTube. Okay, look, J2S. So let's just go to Havertz. Is this good for Arsenal or not?
Only Arsenal could make Mason Mount go to United and then Havertz to Arsenal. How have they outdone Man United with brickness in this transfer window? Like the whole Mason Mount to United seemed bad, but then Arsenal just said hold my beer and paid 65 or 70 million for Havertz.
Little bro.
I saw there's a mid-off on Twitter of who's the better player, but we all know Man is a better player than Havertz.
Oh, no, he's performed better. I think Havertz is more talented, but Mount is much better.
Exactly, for what you want to see, but I don't see this Havertz thing working at Arsenal because they're going to play a double pivot of Lavia and Havertz.
J2S, it has to work. It's 70 mil, bro. It's 70 mil is a lot. So that's a lot to waste on.
I don't get how they've done the Havertz transfer quicker than the Rice deal when they've been talking to Rice since January, and they know what West Ham want, which is 100 million, but they keep faffing around. But yet they've done Havertz deal within, I'd say, 2 weeks, 3 weeks minimum. I don't get how Chelsea are selling all these brick players for so much money as well. We just sold Zidane Akbel, like the academy graduate, for less than 1 million pounds. We're selling Eric Bay for 2 million. We can't get rid of Maguire. Fair play to Chelsea getting rid of their bum-ass players like Koulibaly, Mendy on 50k, Havertz now, Ziyech is gone as well. You gotta say fair play because they know what they're doing.
It's been a W. It's been a W.
Ziyech, not Ziyech.
Oh, who gives a shit about that player?
I'm just fucking with you, brother.
Oz, talk to me, bro. Oz, Havertz for 70 mil.
I've been.
So Oz, are you gonna buy a Mount jersey?
Oh my god. Okay, look.
I'm just asking a simple question. I mean, are you going to buy a Mount jersey? I
slip my wrist.
And you have to get them early though. I think you have to pre-order to get like a good price. So
you're getting Mount, bro. Just accept it.
I would rather get a Liverpool jersey than get a Mount jersey. Like that's how.
Stop hating, bro. Okay, look. Havertz for 70 mil. Did we scam Arsenal or does Arteta going to cook?
I mean, look. When you look at Havertz, look at who he played under. I think his only best spell was under
Lampard
Tuchel.
Twice.
What?
Lampard twice.
Yeah, like you can't. First of all, Lampard's not a manager. Let's be real.
No, he's not.
Graham Potter. I don't know what he was doing at Chelsea. That didn't work out. His only best spell was under Thomas Tuchel, and I don't think it was that great either way.
Any wizardry, man, like you say.
Look, at the end of the day, do I rate Arteta after one season? Absolutely not. But do I think he's better than what Chelsea have had? Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, you can't base his talent off of what he did at Chelsea. So we're going to see what he does at Arsenal and under Arteta. But if this fails, I think Havertz's career is over. And to look, we everybody's been saying this is like the replacement for Xhaka. The midfield that Arsenal had that was supposedly challenging for the league, Partey and Xhaka, I was told this is one of the best midfields in the world, and they're breaking it up in a season.
Oz, we were told Partey is the best DM in the world.
I was told they had the North London MSN.
Wait, doesn't everyone remember the Rodri, Partey, Casemiro example, and yet Partey's getting shipped off to Saudi?
That's what I'm saying. So we have to keep Arsenal season in perspective. Like, look, I'm being honest. I think this was a once in a lifetime opportunity for Arsenal to win the league, and they blew it.
It was, yeah.
And I don't think they're going to have this good of a season next season. I'll be honest, because you got Champions League, you have different. And look,
City's gonna get
Arsenal.
No. So everyone is rebuilding as well.
Everybody's
so.
Arsenal
rebuilding.
season.
Yeah.
Arsenal season disintegrated once Saliba got injured. And the whole point of Arsenal losing the league was because they had no depth. And now you're wasting 70 million on Havertz and potentially 120 million on Declan Rice. That is, where's the depth coming from then? If anything, you're going to do worse this season because now you're in the Champions League. So this whole transfer season didn't even make sense for Arsenal. So, look, Arsenal, Arteta, if you have a plan, I want to see it, honestly, because at this point, I'm thinking you're running in blind at this point.
Do Arsenal get out of
Wait, hold on. Let them go to Tyre, who's has the mic. So Tyre, talk to me, bro. Tyre.
Hey, Chase, you can hear me now, right?
Yes.
All right. Before we start, check this out. This is out.
Wait. No, YouTube tax, man.
YouTube tax, bro.
I can't play music on YouTube. YouTube tax.
Oh, okay. YouTube tax. Okay. Yeah, but y'all know God did, man. Like, bro, I woke up this morning. You know, in the States, so obviously all this news was already popping, man. Bro, here we go. It felt like account alerts, bro. Like, on God, bro. Like, good news. I prayed this week in church. I said, God bless me this week, man. My God, I thank you.
Man went to Sunday church.
Seriously, bro.
No. Today's a great day.
Today's a great day. I'm more serious now because, like, bro, I will never shed a tear over a player like this, man. Like, have you guys realized what we've been through the last few years? Bro, attack after attack, misses after misses. I don't know what miracle Arteta is going to perform, but I don't even care. But he's gone, bro. He's gone. And we're not shedding a tear, well, except if you're clinical Kai or Johnny Minerals. You know, maybe you shed a tear because, you know, you're obsessed with the player. But let me tell you guys something. He lasted this long because of that Champions League winning goal. He was living off that glory. He was like, people were cutting him slack because of that, saying, "Oh yeah, Havertz has done more for the club than you guys have ever done in your life." You get what I'm saying? Like, bro, you cannot let people keep getting away with stuff because they did one good thing out of how many games? You get what I'm saying? So right now, bro, I'm happy. I'm satisfied. Today I feel Saudi, bro. On God, like seriously, I feel Saudi right now. I'm just, bro. I'm laid back right now. All this dead wood are going, and the money.
No, I mean, because I think my fear was, how is Havertz going to leave? Because he's on huge, massive wages.
Yeah,
and you know that he's never going to accept to reduce those wages. I was like, how do you get rid of this dude, man? And Arsenal came through. Like basically, Arsenal were just a blessing.
Does London play a part in this?
Wait. So hold on. So sorry, Tyre.
So I feel like maybe he might want to, maybe he wants to stay in London. I don't care. That's the same thing Willian did. Willian didn't want to leave because he had a restaurant in London, and he joined Arsenal, and it was kissing Arteta's ass, saying Arteta promised me Champions League. We see how that ended. David Luiz joined. We see how that ended. You get what I'm saying? Like, bro. I don't know who scouted him, but look, I'm not even complaining. There's no way you scout a player. Did you see what he did this week too? That guy is frustrating. If I was Arsenal and I saw that shit he did this week, I'm like, nah, bro, let's cancel this.
Look, Arteta may see something that we don't see, and he may just solely cook and do amazing. From the outset, you have to scratch it and be like, this guy ain't good. This guy has been bad. He's been useless, and you're paying 70 mil for a guy who's shown to be useless for such a long time. So,
one thing: consistency. Have we ever gotten that from him since he was with us?
No.
Okay, I don't know what miracle Arteta will perform, but we'll be here for it.
Okay, let me come to Samasi and then SM. Samasi, thoughts on the Havertz to Arsenal deal?
She's lucky that they didn't get Havertz.
Thank you, fucking Arsenal. Thank you, because apparently
Bayern. Let her do it. No, let her do it.
No, Bayern looked into Havertz potentially buying.
You almost had him. You almost had him.
No. It's the worst. It's the worst decision Arsenal could have made. First of all, you buy Havertz around 40 million max. He's not worth 60. You buy 70. You are fucking on drugs. Edu is on drugs. Arteta is on drugs. Something is wrong with Arsenal. Okay, something is
And
wrong.
but as per se, we thank them. We move in
Chelsea
silence.
has finally a W. Chelsea has a W. They sold 4 players. They have around 100 million together, so they can buy Casado. And Arsenal are just fucking clowns. Everyone, I don't know who's a bigger clown, Man United or fucking Arsenal.
No. The thing that people are saying,
let her cook. Let her cook.
Havertz,
Let her cook.
if Havertz cooks, we will all look like fools right now. So Havertz could cook.
No,
he could cook.
listen to me.
Yeah,
I know I'm German. I'm watching Havertz in my national team. It's a fucking disgrace. He's a fucking disgrace.
He's pissed,
No.
bro.
No.
Yeah, some
Just
actually have some hate against Havertz. I don't know what Havertz done to
No, let me go to SM. Talk to me. Havertz to Arsenal, and I'll take your dogs on be out of here, guys.
HH, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
HH, you better start singing Happy Days, man, because look, HH, the Chelsea are back. Proper Chelsea are back. You got rid of the Deadwood. I've been hearing a lot of Saudi news. You know,
Cocaine's still here.
Mendy, Ziyech, all.
Cocaine's still here.
You got rid. Listen, you got rid of the German James Charles. Okay, be happy for once. 65 minute HH.
Thank you.
That's a W. That's a W.
It's a dub. Now, SM, I don't like that you took Kovacic from us for, was it 30 million?
Have hope. I want to speak on it. Let me speak of something.
How are
27?
Thank you. Have hope. We ripped you.
30
We ripped you
millions.
off. HH, thank you. 4th Premier League in a row. Let's go. HH, life is good. HB got rid of James.
But let's just stay on top of this. So, do you think Arsenal have made a bad deal in getting this guy for 70 million?
Have hope. After this season, I thought Arsenal were gonna go strengthen their defense because towards the end of the season, we've seen them capitulate at the back and they've not been playing coherently. And now they're signing Havertz. And the question to you, HH, is where's he gonna play? Is he gonna play up top? Is he going to replace Odegaard? Because they play a 4-2-3-1. So he's either going to play in midfield or he's going to play up top. So I don't know what Arteta's cooking. But listen, HH, he's not Pep Guardiola. He's not going to transform him. I think he's going to be a flop. And you know what, HH? I love it and I think I deserve it.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me take some dubs on behalf of you, man. So,
no, she's got to send it.
Come on, so let me just get some quick dubs, man. So from La Coberman. Okay, so I don't mind Verts. I don't think you can call him that anymore. Thank you for the dub, La Coberman. I don't mind Verts leaving. Not happy him going to Arsenal. Just make sure the guys replacing him does the business. Example, Lampard left, Cesc came in. Cobham, Havertz was so trash. He was so bad. Get any dog from the streets. He'll probably do a better job than Havertz. So let's be real. It's going to be an upgrade regardless. It's going to be an upgrade regardless. Just we're cooking. Cobham begin. Arteta signing these young
my
guys
God.
like this.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Miguel Rabines. Anyone wondering why we spent a lot on bombs? We are selling blame that's on non-existing footballing structures of the previous regime. Most transfers since 2015 flopped. Main reason we wasted Hazard's prime. Look, I don't know who to blame, but Eden Hazard should be a multiple UCL winner right now.
They did the same
but
thing
Hazard
with
was
Kaka.
surrounded by how people hold like so. If Hazard was surrounded by a quality
he had
team,
himself to blame.
No.
Didn't he go against Mourinho? Didn't he go against Mourinho?
Because of Molina.
We let down Hazard. The Chelsea we let Hazard down.
You underperformed in the UCL. Let's be real.
No. But at the end of the day, that's in the past. The fact of the matter is that we are moving.
He works at McDonald's now.
This trash is gone. Like, guys, by the end of this day, if Havertz and both Mounts are gone from Chelsea, bro, that's a Dubinsky, man.
No, we need more people to leave.
I mean, Kepa gotta go.
Because I look at the overall deal from Austin and Fabricio, and I'm laughing. I think it's the third highest player in Chelsea after Lukaku, Raheem Sterling, and I think Kai Havertz comes next. Arsenal is paying Kai Havertz 11 million a year.
You're lying.
250 per week.
Thank you.
11 million a year?
Yes,
Lord have
250 per
mercy.
week.
This is not no bench player.
That's
Like you man are the living.
Are you
This guy is
fucking
not
kidding
bench.
me?
That is
So,
a
hold
double
on.
dub.
Let me come to because
They
SJ
need,
has not
they
spoken
all
yet.
need to be drug tested. Let's face it.
Wait. SJ, talk to me, bro. SJ.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. You're audible. We can hear you, bro.
I think this deal is at least 5 or 10 million overpriced, first of all. So I won't come to the banter first. I think bantering Arsenal can be the second option. First of all, I feel Havertz is a very, very different profile, and I think profiles have always been very expensive in football. So I think there are 2 or 3 players which always require a tall striker in front of them to operate very well. You see it with Griezmann when he had Giroud or Torres. I think Havertz is that kind of a player. He needs a tall striker up front of him so he can run in behind space. And I don't find that at Chelsea. I don't find it at Arsenal. So I don't feel this is at least tactically this doesn't work. I don't feel so. But I think obviously every signing that Arteta has made has worked somehow. And second thing is, I feel the rivalry between Chelsea and Arsenal, how there can be a direct swap. I can never imagine that with Real Madrid, Barcelona. I feel it very strange in that way that Premier League teams can really do these kind of deals, and then they
It's
promote
only
Premier League.
London. It's only London.
It's actually just London.
Is
And
you'll
a
never
little-
see
and
this
with
in
a hint
Manchester.
of Manchester, Newcastle's been silent.
Yeah, no. I mean,
Oh.
no. But SJ, the thing is that Arsenal, they are
Had
little
to throw your
brothers.
energy into
So
it.
them being a little brothers, I think it's fine. So
Third point, another point is I think young players at least of 20 or 21 years of age, they have a lot of potential. So if they go to a win now team, they'll always not reach their potential. You cannot go to Real Madrid and Real Madrid or Chelsea, which have been run like win now teams for the past 10 or 15 years, and expect to reach the full potential. That's why you are signing Pochettino now. But I think at Arsenal it can work. It can work. I think people are just trolling it for the sake of it. I think it can work, but I don't think this is a bad move for Chelsea. Chelsea will never regret this deal. It was never going to work with Nkunku. It was never going to work.
He hasn't even stepped foot on a pitch yet. What are you trying to say?
Wait, hold on. Let me continue.
What?
So, Casey, my hate for Arsenal knows no bounds.
Gavi,
Casey, stop hating. Casey, it's a Chelsea dub. Casey, we're back. Casey, we are back in business.
H, is this showtime? H, is this showtime?
Wait, it's not showtime. It's showtime. That's what it is. So, Casey, terrorist move suspended from UEFA games. A win for football.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got suspended for 4 games for his aggressive behavior.
Great. Okay. So you're suspending him because he's angry because the referee got paid and screwed him over. That is disgusting, guys. This is the end of the emergency hangar, guys. Chelsea dog, and guys. So guys, the next emergency hangers, I pray, is the announcement
Manchester
of
United
Neymar
Mount.
to Chelsea.
Yes.
One
Oh,
love.
Mount.
Peace out.